Hi everybody, it's David Porter. Today I want to talk about benzodiazepines, commonly referred to as benzos. Benzodiazepines are central nervous system depressants. They slow the activity of the central nervous system. They're going to produce relaxation, relief from anxiety, so they're also anxiolytic. They are hypnotic, that is, they're going to induce sleep, and they're going to produce muscle relaxation. They also tend to be amnesiogenic. They produce retrograde amnesia, that is, your short-term memory is going to become impaired while you are under the influence of the benzo. There are numerous benzodiazepines. The ones that are most commonly prescribed and abused are Valium, Ativan, Klonopin, and Xanax. There are, again, many others. Versed is a ultra short-acting benzo, which is typically used for minor surgical procedures. It's also probably one of the most potent amnesiogenic benzos. It's very good at producing brief amnesia. You are going to get Versed for a minor surgical procedure, let's say a hernia repair. I've heard that they're also using it for appendectomies. It's going to be used for wisdom teeth extraction. And from your point of view, the anesthesiologist will hold up a syringe and say, this is a sedative. I'm going to put it into your intravenous line. You're already going to have an IV line inserted, and they're going to inject it into a port. And from your point of view, you're going to say, okay, when does it start working? And by the time you say that, the surgical procedure will already be over. You're going to get the sensation of a slice taken out of your consciousness. You will not be aware of the passage of time. During the 30 minutes to an hour that the Versed was working, you'd be very relaxed. You'd be half asleep. Muscles would be very relaxed. You would be able to respond to instructions from the dentist or the surgeon. Move your head to the right, open your mouth a little bit more, and so on. But you won't recall any of this. The other one that's noteworthy is flunitrazepam, also known as Rohypnol, commonly known as Roofie. Rohypnol is not FDA approved in the United States. It is a much longer acting benzo than Versed. It is also very amnesiogenic, and it is used again for minor outpatient surgical procedures outside of the United States, primarily used in Asia and Latin America for minor surgical procedures. Much longer acting, and the FDA does not believe that it has a wide enough safety margin, so it's not used in the U.S. Flunitrazepam, aka Rohypnol, aka Roofies, are not so much abused by a user. They are used for chemical sexual assault. And here's how this works. A sexual predator will go to a bar, a club, a party, and look for their victim. They will approach their victim and offer them a drink, offer to buy them a drink. They have palmed a Rohypnol. It's a small white tablet scored with a 1 or a 2 on one face, indicating the dosage, the 1 or 2 milligrams, and Roche, that's R-O-C-H-E, on the other side, and that is for Hoffman La Roche, which is the manufacturer. The sexual predator will take hold of the drink, open their palm, allow the Rohypnol to fall into the drink, where it will dissolve readily in a liquid. The target victim will drink the beverage, and Rohypnol's effects are exponentiated when combined with ethanol, that is, alcohol. That goes for all the benzos. Within 20-30 minutes, the person, very likely a young woman, is going to be incapacitated. They're going to jellyfish. That is, they're going to lose muscle tone and just become very relaxed, have difficulty maintaining an upright position, standing or sitting. They are going to be half asleep and disoriented, lethargic, moving very slow, and they're not going to be remembering what's happening for about more than 30 seconds. The sexual predator will remove them from the scene. If anybody has any questions, it's going to be an excuse like, "Oh, this is my girlfriend. She's drunk. I'm gonna take her home. She's fine." And then the sexual predator takes the victim to a fringe area, that is an area without witnesses or cameras, commits a sexual assault, and also could commit robbery, and or this can also be used to facilitate kidnapping, or all three. And when the victim comes to, when the Rohypnol wears off in approximately 8 to 14 hours, somewhere in that time frame, let's say 12 hours, they will not have any memory of the sexual assault. The retrograde amnesia can possibly take hold where they don't recall an hour or two before they took the med, so they're not going to may not remember going to the bar or to the club. I have also heard of people playing this very bizarre game, so I'm going to retract what I said before about it not being abused. A very bizarre game where this is just a really stupid thing to do, called Hide the Roofie, where a roofie will be dropped into beer cans or beer bottles, open beer cans or beer bottles, and then the cans shuffled, everyone drinks, and the first one who tips over, I'm not sure if that means if they've won or lost. And then, of course, out come the Sharpies and clever comments written all over their face and all over their body, the images and cameras and so on and so forth. I think that's just really idiotic. And, you know, if you're with a group of people who suggest a game like that, you may want to start reconsidering your choice of friends. Be highly selective about who you let into your life. That's a whole other topic for another video. Anyhow, back to benzos. So that's the story with Rohypnol and Versed. The other one's Valium is long-acting, 12 to 18 hours, and lower potency. It can be taken up to 40 milligrams a day, up to 5 or 10 milligrams at a time. Maybe dosed TID or QID, meaning 3 or 4 times a day. Xanax is much more potent. It's shorter acting, maybe 2 to 4 hours, and it is also going to be much higher potency. It's prescribed in doses as low as 0.25 milligrams. Xanax is a good choice for immediate relief of panic attacks. It can be used for induction of sleep, because it's just going to make you tired and relax for just a few hours and then wear off so you can get natural sleep. That's the idea. A lot of these meds are also used for pre-op to relieve apprehension prior to a surgical procedure, and also this to slow down the central nervous system, make it easier for you to be put under a general anesthetic, so such a high dose isn't needed. So that's a quick rundown on all the benzos. There's a crow sitting over here interrupting my video. How rude of that crow. Alright, everyone, thank you for watching, and please be safe and please hit subscribe.